Well, I'm delighted to be joined now by Michael Fabricant, someone who seems to be rather influential over this Operation Downing Street because, of course, his idea of this new Office of Prime Minister has now been committed to by the Prime Minister. Welcome to the programme, Michael. Did you have any discussions with the Prime Minister about this over the last couple of weeks?
No, I haven't. And in fact, I think it's something that was being discussed anyway. But at least we can say that GBNews got the story first, 2 weeks ahead of all other broadcasters. So well done on that.
And you mentioned that Tony Blair had pursued this idea as well, trying to unify the structure of management within the building, or should I say buildings behind me. I think it's probably a good idea to show the audience just what Downing Street looks like. Of course, the gates have sealed off this street from the public since the late 1980s. But if we start over in the far end of the street with number 12, that red brick building, that of course connects through to number 11, above which the Prime Minister's flat is. We go right across to number 10, that famous shining black door, but then also all the way round number 9 Downing Street is the building in the far end where the press briefings are. It's got a bit of a white front and it connects to the rest of Whitehall as well. And of course, between number 10 and number 9, there's this sprawling complex that all connects to one another as well in various different ways. About 400 people working across the street. Behind me, a very big set of offices, not quite the small house that you can sometimes imagine when just seeing that one front door. Actually, as I stand out there, we're just seeing some people walk out of that front door. There's been a cabinet meeting this morning, particularly with regards to the situation in Ukraine. Well, let's get back to Michael Fabricant now. How would this Office of the Prime Minister, in your eyes, work?
Well, as I said to you 2 weeks ago, really, the idea is it's a medium-sized department anyway, having, 400 people working there. So it's pretty strange, actually, that we haven't had this before. The idea would be that you would have the senior management of the department being based at number 10. And as you quite rightly point out, it is a massive complex. And what you couldn't show in your picture just now was how far deep it goes. Because, in fact, there are a whole series of buildings before you get to the infamous garden. So they would be based there. But it's interesting, you mentioned, as I'd mentioned, that it was Tony Blair's original idea. He had 2 ideas, I recall, both of which he didn't manage to actually produce. One was the Office of Prime Minister, which our Prime Minister, Boris, is now going to implement. The second thing was he wanted a prime ministerial jet, and I remember at the time it was being nicknamed Blair Force One. He didn't get that, but Boris already has got that, so he's delivering.